First things first, if you don't live in the UK, this app's probably not going to be much help to you. For those of you who are left, we are a frugal bunch of people and we like our bargains. UK Hot Deals is a huge shopping community where people come together to share great deals. The more popular it is, the hotter it gets. Dealpad takes the website and converts it into an application perfectly. The left scroll column shows you all the hottest deals at the moment. The higher the temperature, the hotter the deal. Simply press on the deal to show more information in the main portion of the screen. There you will find a description of a product and comments from the Hot Deals community. If the deal is online, simply press on Go to Deal and it will load the web page up within the application. You can pinch to zoom here too, which is a really nice touch considering it's being squeezed into quite a small space. At the top of the screen there is an option to drill down into categories such as computers, travel, fashion, home and so on. This, coupled with the speed at which you can navigate through different products, is the real strength of Dealpad. It's one of those applications that makes web browsing redundant on tablets. It's so much better suited to the specific needs of a site than the site itself. When you do find a deal that takes your fancy, simply press on a star in the top right hand column and this will save it into a bookmark so you can return to the product easily later on. The app also includes a range of options that allow you to choose default categories, deals per page, whether or not to show expired deals and so on. And you can sort by deals, freebies or vouchers. In terms of filtering, which is the most important thing when you're trying to find a bargain, Dealpad is flawless. And it works just as well in portrait mode as it does in landscape mode. The columns revert to a 50-50 sizing, so it's still easy to navigate the deals and the text is nice and simple to read in the right hand column, although you might have to do a little bit more scrolling in this mode. And of course, we can't forget that there is a text search available. While Dealpad has been designed with a Nexus 7 in mind, it works great on smartphones too. The only real difference is that you can't see product descriptions until you actually press on a deal, and you can simply use the back button to return to the deal list. Larger 10-inch tablets prove to be no problem for Dealpad either. The extra screen space simply allows you more luxury to navigate through screens the way you want to. The best deal of all, of course, is the app itself. It's free. And while there is a small advert in the bottom left hand side of the screen, you probably didn't even notice it until I just mentioned it. So, grab yourself this bargain and open up a world of cheap retail therapy. An early disclaimer on this one: if you don't live in the UK, this app is no good to you because you need a TV licence and a UK internet service provider. TVCatchup, oddly enough, isn't anything to do with catching up with your television. It's actually a live streaming service that brings together most of the channels available on digital television in the UK. Down the left hand column you can scroll through 50 plus channels available to watch. The neat thing here is that you can get channels such as Dave that are not available on FreeSat, which is the only thing available in my area. Each channel will show you what's on now and what's on next, and all you need to do is press on a channel to kick it off. You will have to cross off an advert, but once you do, you're into the television channel, which buffers very quickly and streams in very high quality. There is a full screen mode as well, although the channel will need to rebuffer, but as you can see it takes no more than 2 or 3 seconds. Now, as I've said, this is live streaming television, so there is no option to pause and you can't treat this application like iPlayer or similar applications that allow you to watch programs after they have been broadcast. This is all about the ability to watch live television through a simple and snappy application. As you can see here, I'm literally flicking through channels and the app and its streaming capacity copes very well. It's very reliable too, and so far the connection has never dropped out, a fate that so many streaming sites suffer from. This app works just as well on smartphones as well, the only difference being that channel listings take up the whole screen, and when you press on one you go into full screen to watch the actual channel. Of course, if you're going to take this out and about, you may have to accept some performance issues depending on your 3G coverage, and the application might have some issues detecting whether or not you actually live in the UK, or at least it did with me when I tried it. But this is a very new app and there are bound to be improvements, so stay tuned. You get it? Stay tuned. Forget any preconceived notions of cricket being a bore fest. Stick cricket ramps up the excitement tenfold, making it a hack, smack and bash affair that's perfect for quick tablet gameplay. Here are the basics, and this is all you need to know because it's a pretty basic game. You always bat and have two buttons, hit left and hit right. The key is to judge where the bowler is going to bowl and at what speed. Then it's up to you to decide which direction to swing and when to time your shot. Hit the sweet spot and you'll be smacking boundaries and scoring runs quickly. However, mistime your shot by a fraction or misjudge your direction and you're out. This game is all about fast reactions and timing, and it is insanely addictive. When you get the hang of it, you'll start smashing the ball to all parts of the stadium, and it's incredibly satisfying when you time your shots perfectly. Cue montage. There are a variety of different game modes in stick cricket, my favourite being World Domination, where you have to chase a progressively larger run total in 20 overs against progressively more difficult and varied bowling attack. Watch out for spinners later on who can literally spin the ball around your batter to hit the wicket. There's also the All-Star Slog mode where you pick a team and try and make as many runs as you can in 5, 10 or 20 overs. This is high score action where you're essentially playing against your previous best. Finally, there is the Stick Academy training mode where you can choose to play against a particular type of bowler and practice batting against them as the screen gives you additional timing and direction aids. Stick cricket is free with paid additionals to give you more teams in World Domination mode and a World Cup mode. My confession is that I enjoy playing stick cricket so much that I have actually bought some of the in-game features. And believe you me, voluntarily getting money out of the Yorkshireman is a rare sight to behold. If that's not a ringing endorsement of stick cricket, then I don't know what is. Super Stickman Golf is another one of these fantastic games where you have to ignore its roots as a golf game and treat it as an instant, gratifying, fun mobile game. First up, there are loads of courses, each consisting of 9 holes and varying wildly in difficulty, but they challenge you at an excellent learning curve. The controls, of course, are very simple. Press the left and right cursors in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen to change the angle of your shot. When you think you've lined up your shot correctly, press the go button and the meter will then rise and descend. Simply press it again when you think the power is right to take your shot. When the ball lands on the green, you just have to get the power of your shot right. Now, these are the very first levels of the game and they are very simple and you can shoot low scores quite easily, like this. Get in a hole! Yes! To spruce things up, you are given special powers that you can use to aid your round. These can range from ultra power shots to balls that stick to walls or turn water into ice so you're not penalised. I'll demonstrate here one of the superpowers as I miss my chip shot. Because I missed my shot, I want to take it again, so I'm going to use the mulligan ability to retake my shot. Back to the start I go, let's try again. And that time I am perfect. Of course, you have a limited number of times you can use these powers, so there's a nice touch of strategy to consider. As I said earlier, the complexity of the holes soon develops into fiendishly complicated levels that can be approached in different ways. If you go the safe route, you might score consistently. But if you want to set high scores and get the in-game achievements, you'll have to start taking chances and being very accurate with your shots, finding your way through tiny gaps. This is a game of angles, power selection, and careful use of your special abilities. All the ingredients of a wonderful and enthralling game. Within 15 minutes of playing this game, you simply get it, and it just keeps giving you more and more and more. Look at this hole, for example, which is a par 8. It's massive, and it's just the tip of the iceberg of what the game has to offer. And, as usual, the 7-inch form factor of the Nexus 7 is perfectly suited to this game. Each round of golf takes 5 to 10 minutes, so it's the ideal distraction. In fact, I actually call it one of those guilty pleasures. You know you shouldn't, but you've got to do something while you're sat on the toilet. And obviously, to cap off another fantastic gaming application, Super Stickman Golf is free. Wonderful. I can summarise Major Mayhem in a single sentence. It's Time Crisis for touchscreens. The problem is you probably haven't heard of Time Crisis, so allow me to explain. Major Mayhem is a cover and fire on the rails shooter. There's no sophistication to this. You shoot stuff, stuff shoots back at you. You kill or be killed. Kill everything and you advance. But get hit 3 times and you die. Your character will always start behind a piece of cover that protects you. But to shoot at enemies, you have to tap on that part of the screen. However, the moment you do this, you come out of cover and you are now vulnerable. It's fast and frenetic, with multiple enemies always taking pot shots at you. You will usually get a graphical indication that an enemy shot will hit you though, as a red circle will surround them, so that does give you a tiny bit of time to get back into cover. When you take your thumb off the screen, you stop firing and drop back into cover. Occasionally, white scientists will appear in the field. Make sure you don't shoot them because they will either replenish your energy, give you money, or special abilities such as this Matrix bullet time mode. Each of the classic mode levels last about 2 to 3 minutes, so it's fantastic snack-sized gaming. And yet again, the 7-inch size of the Nexus is perfect. On a smartphone it's too small to shoot accurately at stuff. On larger tablets your thumbs can't reach the middle of the screen, but on the Nexus all the proportions are absolutely spot on. This game, like many games these days, encourage you to go for achievements, of which there are loads. Achievements give you extra currency, which allows you to buy new clothes, supplies and weapons from the store. Along with the classic story mode that consists of 45 levels of action, there is also a time attack, survival and arcade mode. This is another incredible free game that's ideally suited to the Nexus 7. And of course, if you like this, you'll absolutely love Time Crisis. The only trouble is you'll need a PlayStation 1, a light gun and a copy of the game. You best get onto eBay for that. 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, and welcome to another Nexus 7 video, and I'm ably assisted by another pair of thumbs today. Right, okay, this person here, you can bring back your thumb now. This person here is Jelly Juju, who's going to show you how to play this game called Song Pop, because I have no idea about music and I am not a very social person. So this game is Song Pop and it is absolutely free, a popular Facebook game which has now transferred itself onto Android devices, and so Ju is now going to show you how to play it. So as you can see, Ju, off you go, start navigating please. Just do some stuff. She's going to create a game, she's going to choose a random person, and then she's going to pick a playlist of music. And the idea is that when this music is played, she has to try and select the music as quickly as possible. So Julia is going to go for love songs. Aww. And here are some songs. So good luck, Ju. Are you confident?
No.
No? Why not? It's because you're not very good.
Do you know what it is?
I have no idea. Very good. It's obviously forgettable for me. So you have 4 choices, and Julia so far is 2 for 2. She could remove 2 of the artists, a bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which we've just done there. She's still got it wrong. So she has got one incorrectly, and as you can see, that's James Blunt, obviously, you know that one. As you can see here, that it's doing the timings, so she got that one right in 3 seconds. She has no idea about this one. So she's going to have to guess Peter Gabriel, which is correct. So she got 4 out of 5, which is pretty competitive score. Now what will happen next, Julia, because I've got no idea. How does it work? You've just done that. Okay, you've been playing this Denise person.
So now my opponent has these to beat. If I get one wrong and she gets it right, she's won. But if my times are quicker than hers, she's won.
So if she gets 5 out of 5 right, she wins. If she gets 4 out of 5 right, it's determined on speed of time.
Pretty much.
Alright, okay. Right, so that was you challenging someone else. Now, there could be an example where someone challenges you, and then you get to play a game, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all these people haven't challenged you, and you're waiting for them to do their songs or something? Right? You've gone very camera shy, haven't you? She's really loud and talkative often. I don't know what's happened to her. Come here. Oh. Okay, so what are the good points and the bad points of this application, Jelly Juju?
The good points are it's fun. You can play your friends on Facebook and you can choose to make your scores appear, or you can just choose random people, play on your phone or your tablet or on Facebook itself.
So can you play this on your Android Galaxy S2 as well?
Yes.
Yes, and does it work just as well on that?
It works just as well.
Okay, excellent. Right.
You're part of a tournament, so over the week it keeps track of how many people you've won and lost against, and you get extra power-ups at the end of the week if you've won some games.
Power-ups? What are power-ups? Is that like one-ups and fire mushrooms and stuff? No?
No.
What do they do?
So if I have some playlists to choose from, I can choose more playlists if I've earned some money, and if I've got some power-ups I've got options, like I can change playlists in the game and remove some of the options to make the answer easier.
Oh, I see, like you just did in that previous game, so that's kind of like a bonus.
Yeah.
And when you say money, could you actually... what's called an in-purchase app? Where
if you look here, there's a shop, and this is how much money I've got at the minute, 297 coins.
But you could buy some more with real money?
I can buy some more with real money using my Facebook account, or I can wait to
Or you can...
more.
Come on, you know the term. You know, when you're playing in a game for ages to level up.
Level grind.
Yes, that's it, your level grind. Right. Okay, so that's Song Pop. I cannot give you any opinion on this game because I'm not into music at all, but Julia plays it all the time. She loves it. And, yeah, it's a pretty good game. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon in another Nexus 7 video. Go on, do it. That's it.
The Nexus 7, as great as it is, comes with somewhat of an Achilles heel. It doesn't like external storage devices, such as pen drives, SD cards, and portable hard drives. The first problem is a physical one. There are no hardware slots for storage devices. All you have is a micro USB port. But this is where the solution begins to take shape. First, you will need a USB on-the-go cable. Now, these aren't common cables, so you're not likely to have one hanging around, but they are very cheap, costing around £1 or $2 on Amazon. This OTG cable plugs into the micro USB port on the Nexus with a normal USB port on the other end of the cable. With that issue resolved, you'll need some software to run these storage devices. There are several around, but most need modified tablets, which require complex and technical changes to your tablet. There is one app though that works without any modifications, and it's called Nexus Media Importer. This app will detect, stream and save pictures, video files, music and documents from pen drives and memory cards. For portable hard drives, please see the video description for more details. As you can see, when I plug in my pen drive, it automatically launches the application so that I can see my pictures. At the top of the screen, I can toggle through videos, music and documents. This view simply shows everything of that format within the storage device, but you can switch to more traditional folder views through the options in the top right hand corner. If you select a picture, it will show a picture preview in the lower half of the screen. However, if you want to watch a video file, you will need to press the stream button at the top of the screen. This will now stream the video directly from the storage device. The 7-inch form of the Nexus lends itself more to use in portrait rather than landscape, but there will always be times when you want to tilt your device long ways. Another feature of the Nexus Media Importer is the ability to transfer files from your storage device to the Nexus 7. This is done using the Save button, again at the top of the screen. You can view all transferred files through the Download Manager app, or use a third-party file manager app such as ES File Explorer. For reference, pictures are saved to the Picture folder, videos are saved to the Movie folder, music is saved to the Music folder, and documents are saved to the Download folder. You can select multiple files, again through the options in the top right hand of the screen, and there is a share option to get the files quickly onto the Nexus and then onto another location such as Google Drive. Nexus Media Importer is currently the best and safest way to plug in external storage devices without modifying your tablet, and improvements are being added to this app all the time. It does cost a few dollars, but if you're travelling and don't have access to a computer, then this is a perfect way to transfer content from pen drives and memory cards. BBC iPlayer allows you to watch most television and radio programmes broadcast on the BBC during the last 7 days. It has become an essential part of our TV watching and radio listening habits. However, The lack of official Flash support on the new Android Jelly Bean operating system has meant that iPlayer doesn't work through browsers, until now. A BBC Media Player makes iPlayer programs work even if you don't have Flash. If you open up the application itself, it's not going to do much except send you to the iPlayer website in a browser. Currently, my Asus Transformer Prime doesn't have Flash, so watch what happens when I press on a program. Firstly, it doesn't say I need Flash to play this program, and secondly, when I press play, the BBC Media Player app kicks in and plays the video. You may have noticed that this is not playing in HD, so the quality is mediocre at best. So this is the new way of using iPlayer, but there is an old method that's a little more tricky to do, but does have some nice benefits. Direct yourself to this web page on the XDA forums, the address is included in a description, where you can download Flash and an older version of iPlayer for Android. You will need to sideload both of these apps onto your Nexus, so see the video description on how to do this. Once you have done this, you will have a dedicated iPlayer application that has a much nicer navigation system than using the iPlayer website itself. What this application is doing is using Flash rather than the new BBC Media Player app, so obviously there is no need to download it. Simply press on a program and it will load and play.
Life with the Doctor was like this. Dear, I'm trying to...
So the choice is yours. Use the new Media Player or get Flash and the older iPlayer app. My preference is the latter because my attitude is that a dedicated app is always better than a web browser because the navigation system is designed for touchscreen devices. The only problem is you won't be able to upgrade this version of iPlayer, whereas a new BBC Media Player will be updated in the future. Also, installing BBC Media Player and the old iPlayer app may cause a little bit of confusion, as when I did it, it just seemed to revert back to iPlayer all the time. As for using iPlayer outside of the United Kingdom, well, I'm afraid I don't know the answer to that, but if anyone would like me to test this, I don't mind an all expenses paid trip to the Bahamas. The widgets that come packaged with the official Facebook and Twitter applications are rubbish. What you need are scrollable, resizable and interactive widgets, and that's exactly what Android Pro widgets do. Android Pro Widgets, or APW for short, contains loads of different widgets, but it's the Facebook and Twitter ones I want to concentrate on. As you can see, they sit on the home screen and are very quick and clear at showing you the general feeds from the two social networks. The Facebook feed has a couple of buttons at the top of the widget that allow you to cycle through feeds of your own profile, a general news feed, and an option for posting a status update. There's also a refresh and a configure button. The Twitter feed works in much the same way too, giving you feeds of people who have connected with you, a feed of all the people you follow, a feed for your direct messages, and the option to do a tweet if you want to. Another powerful aspect of the widgets is the ability to resize them to any shape you wish. This is brilliant in shaping the widgets to your preference, and it means that if you're going to try and slot them into an already busy screen, you'll be able to do this. I like to keep my feeds as two columns on a home screen by themselves. The one thing you need to do when you first download APW, however, is to turn off all the widgets that you're not going to use. The reason for this is that there are around 25 widgets in total in the application, and they completely clog up your widget pages, so you end up having to scroll through pages of useless widgets. APW has an app, so go into that and go to settings to turn off widgets. APW is free, but you can buy a pro license if you want to. It comes with loads of extra widgets too, so you might find even more goodness beyond the Facebook and Twitter widgets I've shown you in this review. With the latest software update of the Android Jelly Bean operating system, Google have fixed one problem but caused two new ones in the process. Observe. Now if I rotate the home screen, it rotates with me and goes into landscape mode. Now, I don't know about you, but I've grown very accustomed to my portrait home screen, and I'd like to keep it that way. The problem is, if I lock the screen by swiping down from the top of the screen, it locks my entire tablet into portrait mode. I still want my apps to go into landscape mode. And, more frustratingly, the lock screen actually rotates. When I pick up my tablet, I'm often shuffling it around in my hands, and the last thing I want the screen to be doing at this point is actually rotating. Ugh! This is where Ultimate Rotation Control comes to the rescue. It allows you to completely customize the way your screens rotate, from lock screen to home screen to individual apps. So, in this example, I'm going to prevent the home screen from rotating, even if my tablet is set to rotate. I do this by going to the Per Apps setting and finding the app I want to edit. In this case, it's Launcher. Then I can choose the behaviour of a rotation. And of course the behaviour I want is Portrait. When I go back to my home screen, you can now see a small notification icon with a P that indicates the rotation is locked. And as you can see, it doesn't rotate. But if I go into an application, such as a web browser, it will rotate to landscape. Press a home button and I will go back into portrait mode. There is also a special option that assigns a behaviour to the lock screen. So again, I will set it to portrait, which means that no matter how I hold the tablet, I know what screen orientation the lock screen is, so I can easily unlock it. Nicely done. I've shown you the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Ultimate Rotation Control, so take advantage of the free 7-day trial and customise the behaviour of your tablet screens to your heart's content. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click that thumbs up button, I really appreciate it. And if you're hungry for more videos, subscribe, it's free after all.